Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are back in Sprocket yet again, and today we're actually going to be building an armored personnel carrier. Now I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, so yes, that's what we're going to be building today. Also, on the screen right now there is an AI render of an armored personnel carrier that I think we might take inspiration from. So let's go ahead and start working on this, and hopefully we can come up with something nice. Okay, so there are multiple things that I actually need to change in order for this to work, and one of those things is figuring out where the engine is actually gonna go. So for now, let's go ahead and move the engine to the front. Yes, to the front, and it's gonna be right next to the driver on the other side. There we go. That is actually where we're gonna keep the engine for now. It might change in the future, we will see. But yes, for now, leave that there. The other thing we need to do as well is probably move these guys out of the way. So let's go ahead and twist those into a position where we might need them. There we go. And then I think we're going to go ahead and place those both on each side. Maybe. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this one straight away. We're going to slice it in half and we're going to drag that to the front. Essentially, we're going to have a little compartment in the front where the driver and the engine are, as well as maybe the fuel tank as well if we can fit it. It might be a case, or might be the case, that we can't actually fit it in, but we will see. So let's go around each of these, grabbing all of the top ends, and I am actually going to go ahead and lower this down. Main reason for that is because we are going to then go to points. I'm going to grab this guy and this guy. We're going to go to the back, and we are going to position a floor directly into here. So if I fill that in, there we go. Awesome. The next thing I want to do is actually move these guys into a situation where they'll also work out. What in the world? I think we just flew through the floor. Yes, we did. Right, so let's go and drag these guys forwards to around here. That seems like a good area for them. Maybe even a bit further forwards like this, and a little bit further out. I'm then going to grab these guys, and we're going to shoot those backwards for now. There we go. From there, I'm actually going to go and try and drag this guy across. There we go. And that's sort of how this is going to work. Unfortunately, we are going to have that bar right there. I might be able to do something with that. I'm not sure. Let's say we lowered this down. What if it was actually in the ground? And then what if this was in the ground too? Ooh. Okay, so I've managed to actually put those underneath, and they are somewhat hidden, which is pretty good. I'm then going to split this guy, I'm going to drag it all the way to this end, and I'm going to lower this down as far as possible. What that then allows us to do is have it hidden, and that's totally worked out. Good. I might have to change the gear ratios just to make them a little bit bigger, and maybe a little bit better, but that is something we will see in the future. At least I think so anyway. Okay, so from there, we need to figure out how many troops this thing can actually carry. So these guys are going to be lined up pretty much next to each other like this, and we're just going to have to line them up so that they fit. I don't know how well this is going to work, but let's go ahead and shove that guy right there. We'll have him, like, leaning inwards slightly. Same with this guy. Let's have him leaning inwards too. 15 degrees. I don't know how far this one's leaning. 9. All right, 9 works. There we go. 9 and 9. And then if we put their arms in different locations, we can obviously fit many more people in. Okay. Seat height, if we actually sit them on a bench, that would be awesome. Feet backwards, there we go. That actually is pretty cool. So, if we go to seat height, 389. They consider different heights, to be fair. 389, and then what's the other one? 474 on the feet. 474. There we go. All right, awesome. So that is 2 people. We then need to see how many more people we can actually fit into this. Okay, that might look very, very strange, but we're making an APC, so all of these being back here is fine. The next thing that I want to do is try and add one more guy to each side, which means we're actually carrying 10 guys back here. That looks legit. Pretty good. Okay, so the more I think about it actually, the more these 2 guys can't really be here. So we're going to go ahead and shove the driver in. We're then going to need a gunner and a loader to be stood up behind this guy, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move this up for now. There we go. We'll move it slightly further backwards, and we are going to angle him backwards as well. There we go. I'm then going to lift up his arms to like 20 degrees. There we go. And 20 degrees right there as well. We're then going to try and shove this up into his hands, pretty much. And then everything should fit into place from there, maybe? I don't really know. Maybe. So let's go ahead and make this guy a driver. Here we go. He is going to do the driving wheel. And this should now move. Sick. So, it's now my time to try and figure out everything else, I guess. So, width of the track is going to stay pretty much the same. Thickness of the track is going to go up to 100 millimeters. There we go. The belts are actually going to look like these ones. There we go. And I need to now try and fit it into a cool shape. So, we're going to have very limited amounts of these, but they are going to be quite big. So, let's go to diameter and make them a little bit bigger. There we go. The length of those is going to be a little bit shorter though, so let's do this. And the spacing between those is going to be quite big as well, so let's do this. Aha, there we go. Now obviously we are having some issues with this, which is unfortunate. If I move that backwards, should be fine though. Alright, good. And then I think I want the height to go down. So how do I even do this? Height is here, so if we did this, there we go. And then if we did angle... How do I angle this? I can't actually angle them. But what we do need to do is rest angle, and that needs to go up. So there we go. Alright, so we actually have some suspension now. That's good. Brilliant. Right, this guy at the front, diameter-wise, is going to be pretty large as well. So we're going to go with this. Like that, there we go. And at the back, I think I'm going to leave that pretty much as is. And then I think, as far as wheels go, or like tracks, I think this is fine. I am going to have to move it out to the side slightly for reasons. So let's go ahead and grab this. And how do I do it out? Sync to chassis? No, we're going to have to move them out a tiny bit. So let's go to 2, 1, 25. Whoa! Wait, hang on. 2, 1, 2, 5. There we go. All right, good. So we're going to keep it just as long as it currently is. And just as wide as it already is as well. Cool. Alright, so it's now time to actually build onto the side of this thing to try and make it look pretty nice. Now, the front end is going to be relatively flat, and the back end is going to be also relatively flat on the sides as well. Essentially, most of this is trying to build around the driver to try and make it look nice at the front. I did struggle a little bit right here with some of the points. It didn't look like they were working properly. But in the end, we got it working fine. I then put a roof on the driver because obviously that's something that we needed to do. And yeah, I think this actually fits in there very, very nicely. Right here, we're adding some fenders because obviously fenders on the side of this thing made a lot of sense. These fenders would then allow us to actually add some like stowages to the top of them later on. And that just makes sense. The main reason I'm actually placing them again is because I forgot to actually mirror it to the other side, which is something that I do quite often. I really do. Anyway, at this point in the video, I wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite APC? I'm not sure that's a question that many people ever get asked, but I don't know. I don't really have one, so let me know in the comments down below if you do. Right here, I'm working on the back end. I wasn't sure whether to actually give them seating already. I do end up giving them seating in the end, but for right now, I decided no. Bad idea. But yeah, overall, I think this looks really cool. Alright, so I don't think this is looking terrible at the minute. In fact, I actually really like it. So, I've decided against what I was going to do. Essentially, I was actually just going to go ahead and add a little bit of a, I don't know, like a little bit of a extension, I guess, onto the top of this, and then have a gun mounted in it. What I'm actually going to do instead is have a gun mounted on a little bit of a turret and shove it over here somewhere. I think that's probably for the best. Unfortunately, what that means is, if I do use a turret, we're going to have a turret basket for it. And honestly, I don't want anyone in this turret basket. Unless I can make it tiny, which in this situation, I think I actually can. And then I don't have to use it at all. Ah, interesting. Alright, cool. Well, I guess if that's the way that works, I'm happy with it. Okay, and then we end up in this situation right here. So I've deleted all of the bits at the back. It will still rotate, which is awesome. I am going to make this slightly shorter, and I might actually try and push it out. If you click A, by the way, it actually selects all. Unfortunately, that's not actually written anywhere, but it is in the normal game. Anyway, this is what we currently have. So if I shove a cannon into there, it should still be able to turn and all of that, which is awesome. I am actually going to go ahead and grab this guy, and I'll have it actually go like this. It might be a bit strange, but I think it'll work out. If we then put some ammunition in here, we actually make this a little bit more armored as well. I think this will end up looking pretty good. So let's go to thickness. We'll raise this up to like 75. There we go. And I am actually going to go ahead and armor up the sides and stuff as well. I just think it's going to be really cool to do so. So let's go ahead and go to these guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's like a whole piece missing right here. What have I done? I might have accidentally deleted this at some point. Let's go ahead and fill that in. There we go. Go to this guy, down to there, down to here, down to here. Fill that in as well. There we go. All right, cool. That is lucky that we can actually do that, but yeah, interesting. Right, so if we want thickness on these guys as well, obviously 30 mil probably isn't enough. Actually, you know what? 40 mil right there, that seems fine. We'll then go to these guys, and on the very front, we're going to have probably like 70 mil as well. 75? Let's see if this guy is still okay in here. Yes, he's got loads of room. I'm happy with that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a cannon straight into this then. So we'll go to firepower. Yes, mantlets. Yes, one of these guys. I think I want it to actually be a pretty decently sized cannon. So we'll go with this to begin with. Let's grab this guy. Nope. This guy, shove it backwards into there, just like that. We're then going to grab the cannon itself, probably. Here we go, cannons. One of these guys. Shove it into there like that. Hopefully that's somewhat centered. Looks like it should be. And then we go to grab this guy. Okay, awesome. Yes. And 105 millimeters seems too big. So we're actually going to go with a 67 millimeter gun. There we go. That looks a little bit tiny, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So, first segment. How do I actually see these? I can't actually... Oh no, you actually go to the individual ones, don't you, and select them. There we go. Right, so this is going to start out being 35 millimeters. We're then going to go to 35 millimeters again right here. There we go. Awesome. The next one is going to be 20 and 20. There we go. And that's actually going to be 1 meter long. And then the last one is going to be 10. Yeah, I'm sure this is fine. And it's only going to be like 100 millimeters long. And then we can add a muzzle to the end. There we go. So that's going to be our gun for this thing. Looks pretty good. We're then going to get a gunner's sight, and we'll shove that on there like this. And that's fine. Yeah, nice. Alright, let's go to the cannon really quickly. We need to select a sight. It's just going to be that one. And now we need a gunner and a loader. Unfortunately, these guys are going to have to be like standing up. So let's go ahead and get them in the right angle to begin with. And we'll have them standing up. There we go. Right, straight up like that seems like a good idea. There we go. For some reason, this guy isn't doing the same thing. Weirdly. There we go. And we've got two guys now standing completely upright that can see straight out the top of the vehicle. Yes. Alright, this is weird. This is very weird. Okay. Left arm in. Yeah, right arm in. No. Down? Up. There we go. Left arm up as well. Nope. Left arm. There we go. And then I might actually like twist them around a little bit to hopefully look a little bit nicer. There we go. Okay. Are they likely to be stood completely upright like this? Maybe? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should actually have them squat a little bit. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of squattage. Very nice. It looks so dumb. Right, this guy's right arm actually has to come up because at the minute it's too low. And then this guy's left arm has to also come up. There we go. And that's fine. Alright, so this guy's going to be the loader. He's also going to actually control the traverse of the gun. This guy on this side is going to be for the up-down and also for the cannon. There we go, for shooting. Excellent. I do want to limit this as well. So let's go to the laying drive really quickly. And put some constraints on it. That'd be great, but I don't know if I can. Oh no, it's not even the laying drive, is it? Oh, maybe it is. Or maybe it's this. Ah, there we go. Constraints. So I can't actually see how far it can move, but let's go with like 15 degrees and 15 degrees. Or maybe 15's too much. Maybe 10 and 10? Let's see how far that actually is. All right, yeah, a very limited amount. That seems actually fine. And then go the other way. Is that also fine? Oh, it's not actually limited properly on that side. Let me select this again. There we go. -10 is what we need. There we go. So it can now aim left and it can aim right. Brilliant. All right, this guy right here, we are actually going to go ahead and change the ratio and also the torque. There we go. So it can actually move. Excellent. Elevation, it could go up and down. 20 up, 10 down. Probably fine. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's add some ammunition to this thing and go from there. I'm also going to have to sort out the back end because it's a bit messy right now. They also need benches and stuff like that, and this thing obviously needs some detail. However, before any of that, let's go ahead and grab ourselves some ammunition. It's going to go right here like this. I will raise it up slightly, and we're actually going to go ahead and add a chunk of it. There we go. Probably that much. Obviously, the gunner's sight is there, and these guys' arms are here. So we probably won't add too much to the actual... Yeah, there we go. We'll do this. I'll move it off to the side, and I will actually twist it. Yeah, I think that'll do. All right, cool. And then we'll have to add loads more ammunition somewhere else, which I think is gonna be down the side. So let's go ahead and shove this here. We'll then add another one directly behind it, and another one directly behind that. There we go. We're then gonna grab each and every one of these, and if I lift it up, yeah, it should fit. Brilliant. Let's move it backwards slightly as well. There we go. So we've got how many rounds down there? 14 plus 14 plus 14. Excellent. Same on the other side, I believe. And same up there. We got loads of rounds. Yeah. Pew! This is a pretty decent gun too. Excellent. Alright, so the more I thought about this, the more I thought maybe we should actually try and angle this bit backwards a little bit more as well. So I'm going to go to edges really quickly, and I am actually going to go ahead and extend it back over slightly and out to the side slightly as well. I'm hoping this doesn't interact when we turn, but it might. Let's go ahead and turn our gun. Yeah, it does. It slightly interacts. So we're going to have to go to this and move it inwards. If I do that again, hopefully it... Yeah, there we go. So it's pretty much touching, but it's actually fine. Okay, sick. Alright, so at the back, what am I going to do? Well, I am actually going to go ahead and extend this. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and shrink it a little bit. So I am actually going to do something along the lines of this. There we go. At the bottom, I'm going to be raising this upwards. Just like so. That is mighty fine. And then, I don't know whether to add like a door or something. I don't really know what to do back here. But I'm thinking we just sort of extrude these guys. Move it backwards a little bit. There we go. And then we extrude these guys into each other, and that's pretty much it. There we go. Alright, so something along the lines of this. I'm going to leave it slightly open, which might be a bad idea in the end. But, that's not looking too shabby. In fact, actually, we should probably close it. So if I go ahead and grab this guy, and then I grab this guy, we can merge it. This guy to this guy merge, this guy to this guy merge, and this guy to this guy merge. Hey, it's all going to be one. If I can do it. Alright, so this one to this one, merge, there we go, yes. Merge, and this one to... Oh, it's already done. Sick. So, the back end is sorted out. Excellent. The cannon is sorted out as well. I am very pleased with the way this is looking. From here, we're going to have to add some, like, engine exhausts. We're going to have to add all of the random structural stuff as well. We're going to try and make it look very nice, and we'll go from there. So, let's add some detail, and hopefully, it'll look good in the end. And there she is. This is with all of the detail added to the outside. There are a bunch of riveted panels. There's also a bunch of stuff. So, right here, we've obviously got a bunch of random stowages on the sides. I think that looks really good. We've obviously got all of the guys on the inside. I did end up actually giving them a bench to sit on, so you can actually see it just below their legs right there. If we look to the sides, we've also added a bunch of ladders across the sides as well. We've added a door onto the back, as well as some lights back there. If we have a little look on the inside, there's another door on the inside, as well as more stowages on there as well. If we go forwards, we can obviously see the two guys at the front working the gun. I think this actually looks pretty good in itself. I would like to add a door through into here, so we can actually get to the engine, and also the driver, of course. And yes, the driver is in here. The driver's view is through there, and overall, I actually think it looks pretty good, especially with what our AI render looked like. I think that looks pretty sick. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is actually paint this thing, and hopefully it'll look good. Oh, I would say that livery actually looks pretty sick. Let's go ahead and make the condition a little bit better. There we go, up to 75%. We're going to add like as much grime as I can. We're going to, oh, I say as I can. We're going to go up to 75% grime. Also, this is going to be metallic because it's made of metal. And we're good. There we go. I think that honestly looks sick. That looks really cool. Obviously, it does look a little bit chunky, but the AI render looked chunky too. So I think I'm okay with that. There you go. We could carry, obviously, 10 people. No. Yes. I guess it's 10 people in the back and then one driver. That's awesome. Yeah. I do wish I could actually test this out against something. Obviously, we do have a pretty decent gun on this. It is worth mentioning, obviously, this gun would only really be able to take out other APCs. Also, was that my phone? I guess it was. But yeah, it would be able to take out other APCs. Obviously, you wouldn't use this thing to actually fight tanks, because that's not what it's for. It's for transporting people. So there you go. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.